Smiling energetically, Nina Ranzel and Brian Caldwell gesture toward us. Nina wears a denim jacket and Brian is in a blue polo. They stand in front of a blue and gold tasseled curtain, framing an entryway with red velvet ropes on either side.
What's up, LA?
What's up, LA? Welcome to the July episode of What's Up, LA, your guide to everything that's happening in the LA arts community.
And we're coming at you live from the Blue Door. July is Disability Pride Month, and so we thought, why not do it live? So we've got a bunch of performers, we've got a bunch of advocates, and we're gonna have a really fun day.
We're gonna interview people we love and admire, and we hope that you're kind to us because this is the first time we've ever done an episode live, so bear with us. Follow us into the stage.
Let's get this show going.
1, 2, 3. Hey!
They push open the double doors, revealing a stage. The view shifts to a montage. A diverse group of performers takes the stage, speaks on podcasts, sings along around a keyboard in a green room, gathers for rehearsals, and talks outdoors. A glowing blue What's Up LA logo with a neon red live badge appears. Cut to black. In the theater, Nina introduces us to two men about to perform on stage. On the left, a man in a black button-down shirt stands at a microphone. At right, another man in a black button-down sits at an electronic keyboard.
We are here at the Blue Door Theater in the great Culver City with some friends of mine you might know. They are part of one of our programs here at Arts Hub LA. Please welcome to the Blue Door stage, Rex Lewis-Clack and Patrick Storey. Take it away, Patrick and Rex.
Nina dashes off stage. At the keyboard, Rex begins. Patrick stands at the mic, poised and ready to join. Still playing, Rex takes a breath to sing. Patrick takes a deep breath. A pop-up banner graphic appears. Support us at artsupla.org. Patrick lifts his arms and then dances a boogie. The pop-up banner reappears. Support us at artsupla.org. Rex covers his ears while Patrick stands proudly. Cut to black. Now, a puppet interlude. In a lush garden of green topiary trees and purple flowers, two rod puppets converse. On the left, a gray rabbit in a brown plaid vest gestures to a shaggy white cat puppet on the right.
What's up, LA Live? My name is Sir Hopsalot.
And I'm Miss Muley.
We are honored to help Arts of LA receive your donations this fine evening.
That's right. Arts of LA depends on the generosity of viewers like you to sustain their programs. So click the donate link in the description box or visit artsupla.org to give right now.
There's no time to waste, so hop to it.
Hop to it. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yes, very nicely done, sir.
Why, thank you.
Yes. Oh, wait, can I try one?
Oh, surely.
Oh, wait, let me think. Oh, I've got it. Pause whatever you're doing and donate now. Get it? Pause.
Brilliant, Miss Muley. Simply brilliant.
Fade to black. A live video feed from the clubhouse begins next. The lounge is decorated with event posters and a bookcase. Brian sits at left in a red armchair, gesturing enthusiastically while he speaks with an older man who is seated on a green sofa at right, holding a white cane.
What's up, everyone? I am here with Roy Payan, and Roy is a military veteran, served in the Navy, but he's also a huge disability rights advocate, and I mean this when I say this, he is a warrior for disability rights. Roy, I'd love to ask you, what is the current state in terms of disability rights, and where are we hoping to go?
Well, thank you, Brian. And what's up, LA? Well, currently, the state of disability is that we're in at the point right now where I'm pushing for innovating inclusion, which means I want everybody, and you can ask all your friends, all your family members, as they begin to think about their careers, whether it's business, being attorneys, going to law, being doctors, whatever, ask them, what can you do in your field, in your career, to be inclusive of people like me? Because once we begin to change people's mindset and their thinking, they'll begin to advocate and they'll begin to say, hey, how can I make the world accessible to him? How can I make my job accessible to them? And that's the thing is, let's begin to change people's mindset so they become inclusive of people like us. People who are blind, people who are deaf, people who are disabled, period.
A pop-up banner graphic appears. The first Disability Pride Month happened in 2015 during the ADA's 25th anniversary.
So right now, we have won a big legal battle in Los Angeles on accommodation. So my thing is, let's start holding our elected officials to that and say, this law has been on the books since 1973, and this being July, which is the anniversary of the signing of the ADA, we're now at 36 years. There's no more excuses, folks. Start making websites and portals accessible to us. We need jobs just like anybody else. And my goal is to find jobs for all our people.
A big part of your work, obviously the ADA came out in 1990, but I'm not sure that they've caught up with all the technologies that have come out now. So talk a little bit about your work about making sure that all the new technologies are accessible to everybody.
So in pushing for the ADA compliance, my goal is to require the city, the county, the state, the federal government, and companies to start using AI to create accessible websites. Again, there's no reason why these websites should not be accessible to people like us. Every person deserves a job. Every person with a disability deserves a job. Every person with a disability deserves the right to have an education. There's no excuse anymore, folks. The money's there. You've been receiving money for 53 years. Let's make it accessible now.
Pop-up banner graphic. Nearly 1 in 4 adults in the U.S. lives with a disability, according to the CDC.
It's about time that we started getting employment for our people. So you have to understand that under Title II, Section 503 of the Federal Contract Compliance. It's a law that says 7% of all elected officials or all government offices have to require 7% of their people to be persons with disabilities. Can you imagine how many of us would be employed if the elected officials just followed this rule?
That's right there. I think a lot of people didn't even know that. So, Roy, tell me a little bit about how, what prompted you to become such a lion for disability rights?
When I came back from overseas, I was injured and I was blinded, so I didn't know how to, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to restart my career, so I decided to enroll in college, and I realized then that nothing worked. No websites, no portals, or learning platforms, nothing worked. So I began to ask, wait a minute, why doesn't it work? And when the college said, well, you know what, that's all we have, and if you don't like it, too bad, stay home. There's not enough of you to warrant a change. So I began to ask, well, wait a minute, there's not enough to warrant a change? There's thousands of us.
Banner. Disabled individuals are the largest minority group in the country.
So they said, well, you're welcome to sue if you want, but even if you do, we're not going to give you what you want. So I said, okay, I'll take you up on that. So I sued them. And in March of 2026, I won that lawsuit in federal court. So as of now, right now, today, in July of 2026, it's now the law that they have to comply and provide us proper accommodations. So my thing is, let's take this up to the next level. Let's not only hold colleges and universities responsible, let's hold our elected officials responsible because they created the laws. Let's start enforcing the laws. Again, we have the ability to employ people like us. And my thing is, let's use innovative inclusion to start to do this because, again, using that gives us the power to begin to think, how can I make this world more accessible to people like me?
That's incredible. And if anything right there, that is the lesson that just because the status quo is what it is, that doesn't mean that it has to be that way.
Right.
We need people to fight for it, and that's why we're all so grateful to you, Roy. So thank you so much for joining us today and sharing just a little bit of that.
Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you, Ellie.
All right, that's it. Back to you.
Fade to black. Support us at artsupla.org. Puppet interlude. In a bright, modern kitchen setting, a gray rat puppet wears a chef's hat and holds a whisk. A bright blue puppet with red yarn hair enters.
Hey, Squeaks, what are you doing?
Oh, hey there, Nipsey. I am making bread.
Making bread? But we're supposed to be helping raise funds for Arts Up LA at the live show.
I know. That's why I'm making bread.
I don't get it.
Well, I was talking to the team about the fundraiser, and they said they need dough. So I thought to myself, I'm a chef. I can knead dough.
Oh, Squeaks, I think you misunderstood their point.
And then I kept thinking, and I thought a good slogan for the live episode would be, we need bread. Donate!
Spelled D-O-U-G-H on screen.
I don't want to like it, but I kind of do.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
Just something I whipped up.
Well, you heard the chef. We need bread. Yeah.
Donate!
The word donate appears again, sparkling and bright green. In the theater, Nina pops up from below the camera.
What's up, LA? We are back on our main stage here at the Blue Door. Please welcome to the Blue Door stage, new friend of the house, wonderful writer, performer, Simone Brazzini.
Nina steps aside to reveal a person wearing glasses, a white tank top, and patterned pants. Simone stands on stage, holding up a smartphone.
This is a poem called The Gap Between Synapses. Ridges in my brain, neurons bouncing lanes, superhighways, the gap between synapses, a sudden pause, struggling and relapses, left fixated on one word, why? Open loops, I'll jump through hoops, abandon myself, put my dreams on a shelf to chase a question with no answer. My mind scans her over and over and over and over and over again, looking for an amen, a confirmation, a respite, pit stop. Can I just quit for 1 sec? Let the thoughts sit, a rain check? Why, go away, come back never, and yet you stay. Playing in the crevices in my head, slaying me like menaces full of dread. Let me catch my breath. I plead. Met my match like death. I bleed. My whole life, I've held an unquenchable thirst to know, understand, grasp, take command of what is and how it came to be. I dig and uncover, burrowing in the layers. I see, yet I hover, hesitating, keep on waiting for more. It's people, it's you, others, their minds, their actions, their words, ridiculous and absurd. Why? I like science. I don't hate math. It lines up a clear path. There's no why, it just is. I'm not shy, but what gives? I stand in front of you, can't relate. Sweaty palms, can't think straight. Analyze, paralyze, swallow, breathe, hollow, leave. Disappear without a goodbye. Feel so lonely, but I can't cry. Say you love me, then you cause pain. Start so humble, then it's all vain. Is it me? Am I broken? Stop. That's unfair. I'm aware of the impairment inside, or should I say the unfair ways in which I'm cast aside, ostracized. But when I look in the mirror and stare into my own eyes, the noise fades. I nestle into the ridges of my brain, catching rides on my neurons, switching lanes, the super highways of my mind, the loops of blurred, dry days left behind. Might not know why, but I don't fight it. Settling into the journey. No more pedaling, no more squirming, recognizing my own soul. I float on the ever-wandering cloud of all that remains unknown. A pioneer, an adventurer. Far or near, I am sent to her, to you, to them, discovering what it could mean. All it should seem to just be.
They lower their phone and smile.
Simone Brazzini, everybody, that was wonderful. Thank you for sharing it with us. I will never stop at, it will never cease to amaze me how the arts connect us, even when our experiences are so different.
Sure.
I felt every word because I kind of like math. Even if I'm an actor, I kind of like math.
I know.
And I felt like you painted a picture so well of how your brain works. And that is a brilliant, beautiful way to put it. So thank you.
Thank you.
You described yourself as a radically authentic artist.
Yes.
How does that connect with your work as an activist, as an advocate?
Sure. For me, radical authenticity means showing up as you are. And for me specifically, that's like as a trans person, a queer person, a neurodiverse person, an immigrant, a person of color, I really hone in on intersectionality. I think if we only show up as parts of ourselves, then we can't create, because art is inherently vulnerable. It is inherently yourself. And so for me, my mission of radical authenticity is creating community in which everybody can show up as themselves. And the work that I create, the work that I write, the communities that I try to build are in those intersectional spaces.
For anybody who's struggling to be brave about their voice.
Sure.
For anybody, because it takes a while,
Yeah.
right? It takes a while to own it, and it takes a while to use the power that you have. Do you have any advice for them?
Sure.
Anybody who might be watching?
I guess I have two pieces of advice, and they're in sort of different lanes. The first is just write for yourself without, any expectation, any pressure. Like, think of this as like journaling almost. I think a lot of what I write, even like just poetry, starts off as journaling. So even if you're just writing your thoughts, like that's creating, like you don't have to think of a pressure of like a story or think of a rhyme scheme. Just like sit with yourself, investigate yourself, and get to know yourself on paper. And I think that is creation in and of itself. And the more you get to know yourself, then you can expand to something outside of yourself. And then the other side of it, I would say community. Take a class that scares you. Go on like an online class if you can't go somewhere in person. Try something for free. Like, I think a lot of times, like, I don't want to do things, and then I'll get in my car and I'll be like, I don't want to go. But then the second I'm actually there, I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad I'm here.
Glad I forced myself to do this. And on that, I will force you to do Variety Night, and I will force you to remain a member of RAA and our community. Thank you so much Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Simone,
thank you
for
for having
coming.
me. I
Truly,
appreciate it.
catch them wherever they are gonna be because talent on the rise, everybody. Take it away, Colin.
Fade to black. A video recording of a woman with long blonde hair who smiles and waves at us in a close-up frame.
Hello, what's up, LA? See what I did there? My name is Keely Catwells, and I'm the CEO and founder of Making Space.
A banner pops up. www.making-space.com.
Making Space is a talent and learning platform connecting disabled professionals with employment, community, and education, and we also help companies create more accessible workspaces. When I became disabled at 17, I was training to be a professional dancer at the time, and unfortunately that career got cut very short. And when I moved to LA, I found a community of disabled creatives who made me realize that my dream hadn't necessarily ended, it had just taken a completely different shape. And after losing a job due to disability discrimination within the creative industry, the community is what helped me get back on my feet, and they helped me create my first business, which was a talent agency representing disabled creatives dedicated to increasing disability representation within film and TV. And after selling that business and now creating Making Space, the journey and everything that I've learned has solidified the belief that to change the world, we have to learn to tell and listen to a new set of stories about the world that we want to create in accessible spaces and with authentic voices, which is why the work that you are all doing is imperative now more than ever. One of the best ways to influence policy and increase the employment of disabled people and change the attitudinal barriers that consistently prevent us from getting opportunities and support is through art, is through media, is through storytelling and representation. And I hope that you are able to continue to tell your own stories and the stories of others, and also normalize the idea that disabled people can be experts in subjects beyond just disability. So I appreciate you all. I encourage all of the allies watching and in the room to continue to support with your money, with your contacts, with your time, with your energy, because together we can really make a difference, but we need everyone. So thank you for having me, and thank you for making space for everyone here in this room and beyond. Have an amazing, amazing show.
The video clicks off. Support us at artsupla.org. Back in the clubhouse, Brian sits in his red armchair across from the green sofa, where a new person sits, a man wearing a light blue Henley shirt. Framed posters for The Enemy of Oz and Sharing the Love Through Music hang on the wall behind them.
Well, thank you, Keely, for that message and for all of the work that you do. It's a really wonderful segue to our next guest who's here, Lee Pugsley. I'd love to introduce you all to. He is known at the Blue Door, that's for sure. He's a director, a writer, an actor. He has performed here, he's directed here, but he's also a huge disability advocate within the entertainment industry. So welcome, Lee. Good to have you back here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back here.
Yes.
So many memories come flooding back.
Absolutely. What really magical experiences. I'd love to hear your take on what's going right and what's going wrong with disability accessibility within the entertainment industry these days.
Absolutely. So on the plus side, I feel like there's been a lot of really positive changes that we're seeing happening in the entertainment industry at large. We're seeing more inclusive casting with disability representation on stage as well on screen. I mean, you think back to the last couple of years, you know, we have movies like Coda, Begonia, Bring Her Back, and these movies have authentically disabled actors playing these roles. And the best part about it is we're kind of slowly moving away from the idea of the overcoming adversity, like inspirational storyline or like the disability 101. And we're starting to see characters that are being created as just people. Now, that being said, my dream and my vision would be to be able to just have more of this disabled casting represented, where we're seeing just people living their lives as people, that it's not about the disability itself, but they are just, bringing their own perspectives. We're bringing our own walks of life into the films or the theater that we're creating. On the other hand, too, we still have a ways to go. I feel like the disabled representation is still not where it should be. If you think about the rest of the population of characters and actors that we see on screen, we definitely could up that game. And I also think that behind the scenes, we could use some more disabled creatives there as well, because those are the people that are making the decisions. Those are the people that are going to be able to be a voice of change and to bring those perspectives into the storytelling, into the craftsmanship as well.
Absolutely. What advice would you give for any artists with a disability to kind of help break through any kind of barriers that might be set up for them?
Yeah, that's a great question. The first thing I would say to any artist with a disability to break the barriers is show up in the space. The power of presence should not be underestimated. Whether it's a film festival, a movie theater, a live theater, wherever it is, show up in the space so that people get used to seeing us as the disabled community in those spaces, and they get to know us as people, not just as, these outliers, but they get to know that we have a personality. They get to see what we're capable of. They get to see the ideas that we're bringing to the table. The second thing I would say is invite people into those conversations. When you're in those spaces, just invite people into those conversations. It doesn't have to be loud, it doesn't have to be preachy, but just say, hey, I'd love to just talk to you about blah, blah, blah. Have you ever worked with a disabled creative before? If so, what was that like? Or if not, can I share some of my experiences with you? And then third, make your own content. As a disabled creative, we have the power to make our own content. We don't have to wait for someone to give us permission. We can create, we can write, we can produce, we can act, we can do these things. And whatever resources we have the power to do it. But the more that we can get our voices out there and tell those authentic stories, the more that people will see the perspectives that we're bringing to the table, the more that it will unlock the minds of the people that are watching. And I always say this, that bringing disabled creatives to the table is not limiting, but it's unlocking a whole world of possibilities that never were there before. And those possibilities are unlimited.
That's incredible. You have agency. You don't need to just let people tell you no. Lee, you also have a podcast. I'd love to give you a little shout out for your podcast too here. What's your podcast name and what's it about?
Yeah, so the podcast that me and my co-host Alex started is called The Dark Room. And basically we started it just to talk about accessibility in media, both the things that are going right with it and where there could be room to grow. We focus mainly on audio description, and for those that don't know what that is, it's a narrative track during a film or TV show that describes the visual aspects of the film or TV show in between lines of dialogue. And it's a way to make film more accessible. And so we interview audio description writers and narrators and just show the nuance of the process and show that it's not just an extra thing, but it also enhances the storytelling in a creative and artistic way. And it also makes sure that film and TV can be taken in by all viewers. And we also interview live theater audio describers as well, because that's just as important to make sure that art is accessible for everyone as it should be.
Absolutely. Well, all about accessibility, representation, opportunity. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So, Lee, thank you so much for all of the work that you do. We're just so happy to have you here today and for this celebration of Disability Pride Month.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here once again. And what's up, LA?
Lee flashes a thumbs up. Puppet interlude. In a science lab full of colorful test tubes, an orange puppet holds an orange telephone receiver. Both phone and puppet are tangled up in the cord.
Professor! Professor! Get in here!
A brain appears, wearing glasses.
Doodles, what's with all the phones?
All these donations coming in for Art to Ballet are off the hook.
Well, that's a surprise.
Surprise? It's no surprise. Art to Ballet has many kind and generous supporters.
Oh, of course. I only meant it's a surprise that donors are calling in. I thought these days everyone donates online.
They do. All of their donations are coming in online.
But I thought you said the phones were ringing off the hook.
Nope. I said the donations are off the hook. Don't be a square, Professor.
Right. Well then, I'll ask again. What's with all the phones?
Oh, I just think it's a very stylish look. Don't you think?
I'm a brain. All I do is think. And I think you're losing your mind. But to all of you very sane and very generous donors out there, I want to thank you for donating from the bottom of my medulla oblongata.
Heart. He means heart.
Fade to black. On stage, Nina introduces a man wearing sunglasses and a navy suit jacket.
To everybody in our audience, make some noise!
Nina raises both arms and points outward assertively.
Up next, he is part of the Arts of Ballet family since a couple of months ago. He is one of my favorite performers to hang out with and to listen to. Please welcome Marvin Dexter Moore.
Marvin plays a black electronic keyboard and sings into a microphone.
Even me, Lord. Even me, Lord. Even me, Lord. Even me, Lord. You cover with love divine, amazing. All in your presence I find wonder and delight. In your grace I find, even for me, you're always right on time. Let your spirit down. Let your spirit fall down. Let your spirit fall down on even me.
Banner. Support us at artsupla.org.
For all the world, you did it for Moses at the Red Sea. In the desert, you weren't shaken. You set the captives free. When I thought all hope was lost, and I didn't have money for rent, when it came and up before the cross, because I knew it was heaven sent. You called out my name, grace, descended like a dove. I'll never be the same. I'm a child of your love. When evil tries my eye and mine, I know I'll rise. Oh, you never fail to show me your mercy. You never fail to share your love, even when I forget all those things you told me, and I'm only thinking of myself. Then I remember, satisfying you gave that day on Calvary, or even me. Even me, Lord. Even me, Lord. Even me, Lord. Let your Holy Spirit fall down. Let your Holy Spirit fall down. Let your Holy Spirit fall down. Even me. Even me, Lord, yes, even me. Even even me. Yes, even me. Oh, even me. Oh, even me. Even me, Lord. Even me.
Marvin lifts his hands from the keyboard and smiles. Nina comes on stage clapping and then pulls over a chair.
Thank you so much for that. You know how much you inspire me.
Oh, thank you.
And hey, if you ever start teaching piano, you got your first student here. Marvin, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
The first one is, how do you feel like your creativity feeds off of a mission like the one that we have here at Arts of LA, or vice versa?
Wow. Well, as you know from the music I'm playing, I'm a man of faith, follower of Christ. So just keeping it real. But, but what happened to me was pretty amazing because I fell into the whole artist thing late. I was been an executive in the entertainment business for many, many years. And then I started losing my sight about 15, 20 years ago. And I always thought that my sight was going to come back to me, if it was just temporary. I'm a good guy, not too bad. But that didn't happen. So I had to reevaluate and really kind of change. And then when you said something about being on mission. So when I was called into be able to perform and sing and do from a place that I wanted to inspire and encourage people. This is what happened to me. I think everybody's story is a bit different. My disability to me has actually turned out to be something really remarkable, because even though I've lost my sight has diminished, my vision has increased.
Amen.
So I had to learn how to live in the darkness, which was, I thought, to me, I call that my superpower. Because when I say living in the darkness, I thought about it, and there's nothing that I fear now. Because once you learn how to conquer darkness, no matter what kind of darkness is in your life, things change. You become a different person. I equate that again to my faith, but for most people out there that become disabled, they only become disabled later in life. Most people don't start out being disabled when they're young. It's a thing that comes in your life, and you have to learn how to manage that and maintain it. And it throws people off because they figure like, oh my goodness, it's over, it's the end. I'm here to tell you, it's not. Access is actually, it's a right. It's a human right, and it's a civil right. With the new technologies that are being developed today, assistive technology, I'm getting these words down, right? Assistive technology, it changed the game. 1 million people, about 900,000, but 1 million people in Los Angeles alone basically call themselves disabled. They identify with being disabled, but they're only 2% of the workforce. Something's not quite right there.
Yeah.
That is going to change because now we can look at me. I'm performing, doing the stuff that I'm doing, using assistive technologies with my computer by doing music and stuff and learning these programs. It's driving me crazy, but I'm doing it. Okay, hey, it's not easy. I won't lie to you now. It keeps me up late night, early morning. But that's what it's all about. So I want to say to people like myself, when you're disabled doesn't mean unable.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times people, they fall into a situation, they want to give up and this is the end. No, don't give up. Find your peace and joy in where you are, because if something has happened to you, everything has a purpose. And you find your purpose and you live through that purpose. And that becomes the mission, because something that's happening might be bad for you. How you go through it, how you deal with it might be an education for someone else. It can bring joy into their life. When they asked me to be a part of the theater group, right? Here I am, blind, going to the Braille Institute, trying to figure out what time it is, right? I'm not even understanding. And this guy says, hey, we want you to be part of the theater group. I say, yeah, doing what? And he said, well, you're going to act. And Oh, and he's on the stage. Really? And how do you do that? He says, well, I have a technique that you can use. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know, I wasn't born yesterday. Come on, come on. This is a brother now. You got to give me a break, man. You know, you just can't be blowing smoke like this now. You know, I'm a little concerned right now. You know, who are you and why are you talking to me? Come to find out that this guy brought me in here and he had these carpets on. He says, well, this is how we're going to do it. You're going to be able to come in here and act. You go on stage and you can't use your cane.
Yeah.
I said, he is on drugs. He's got to be tripping. You know, that's all I got to use. But no, it came in. There was a carpet down. I went down the carpet and worked, and it worked. And I said, this is crazy. I was getting up on stage, going up into the piano, come down. I was playing. Then they said, I want you to play music. I said, no, bro, no. Here we go again. I'm not a musician. I play, I write,
yes,
I do this. Well, I'm writing at home. I'm trying to write these songs I think God has given me. I'm trying to do this. He said, no, we want you to play. I said, well, but you haven't heard my music. You don't know. Y'all don't know if you want this. He said, no. Come here. He said, I said, what do you want me to do? He says, and this blew my mind. He says, whatever you want. What? I can play whatever I want. Are you kidding? He says, no. I said, well, that became a challenge. I said, okay. And I came in and I scored this play. And I wrote these songs for this play. And it blew my mind. Wow, it blew my mind. If you think it was wild for you, I was tripping. My wife would tell you I was a day and night freaked out. I mean, how am I going to do this? But the chorus, it came. So I want to encourage people. Whatever your dream is, whatever you have a passion for, don't give up, don't stop. Put everything you've got into it because it will reward you.
Amen. The only way out is through. Yes. Thank you, Marvin. Thank you so much for being here. I am so glad we were able to rescue you.
I am
rescue
too. Thank you
from the darkness that is the corporate world. I am so glad that you are now an artist and you're shining bright and shining your light on us because that must have been boring, not this. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It is time for us to wrap up here at the first ever What's Up LA Live.
That was incredible. Thank you all for joining us. And I want to say really quickly, too, you can go to artsupla.org if you want to get involved.
Yes.
This can be donating. This can be volunteering.
Yes.
This is just getting connections out there. We've got
we need you. Come on.
All of our contact information is on there. We would love to hear from you.
Banner. Support us at artsupla.org.
We're so excited about today. We're so excited about this month and all the wonderful people that we got to spend today with. So
thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of our community. And until next month,
I'm Brian Caldwell.
I'm Nina Renzel.
And that's What's Up!
Brian pumps his fists and then double high fives with Nina. He gives Marvin a shoulder squeeze as the video fades to black. As the credits roll, additional interview clips play.
That too, where kids, can be cruel, and some adults. And, I just learned how it's so important to speak up for yourself, to fight for what you believe in and what you want.
It's okay to see differently, everybody sharing their different perspectives and their different walks of life. It builds more compassion and understanding for a lot of people. I did see that it brought me not only spreading awareness on the BVI community, blind, vision impaired, low vision, but spreading awareness on our talents and abilities of being, just because we're limited, but doesn't mean we're not capable.
I want to ride my bicycle, I want to ride anywhere I like.
Patrick finishes singing as the What's Up LA logo appears. An animated orange banner pops up with a white heart shape and the words, "Thank you." A blue banner appears. Support us at artsupla.org. Credits. What's Up LA Live Episode 72. Executive Producer, Arts Up LA. Producers, Brian Caldwell, Corey Evans, Marvin Dexter Moore, Nina Rensel, Colin Simpson. Co-hosts, Brian Caldwell and Nina Rensel. Editors, Corey Evans, Nina Rensel, Colin Simpson. Camera operator, Corey Evans. Guests, Rex Lewis-Clack, Patrick Storey, Roy Payan, Simone Brazzini, Lee Pugsley, and Marvin Dexter Moore. Special thanks to Joyce Hunter for animating and voicing her puppets.